And welcome everyone to the live stream. My name is Andrew. I'm a senior studying astrophysics here at Florida Tech, and I'm joined by.
I'm Juan, and I'm a master's student again at Florida Tech.
Today we're watching Florida Tech Crimson versus Temple University with our varsity team, and the first map we're going to is Haven. Give me your thoughts.
My thoughts: Killjoy is essential here. She can hold so much, especially C and B. She has so many utility that she can post everywhere on map, especially on defense, and on attack she can protect a lot of flanks. You do need something to open with your attack. So you're gonna want to have some duelist, like Jed. You're gonna want to have a race. Maybe the new. I've heard about the new.
The new champ.
The new champ.
Yeah,
ISO.
ISO. He
Yeah.
seems really sick. Not out yet though, so we have to wait a bit before.
We'll
we see
have
him
to wait a
play.
bit. We'll have to wait a bit. They are basically introducing the gulag into Valorant.
Yeah, you get locked into an ultimate with him. Little 1v1 is quite fun, it seems. But other team comp things we're seeing here is we're seeing a double initiator composition here for Temple Esports. And I'm really keen on that. I think that works really well here, especially with a breach on so many good lines of sight and so many nice little angles you can get that through. Really exciting pick. And always we see our Rescop playing his trusty Brimstone. We're definitely gonna see some lineups. We
We're
love
definitely
seeing
gonna
those.
see Slavens. Again, we've seen Resco played in this map, and he loves to play around C. He loves his lineups around he also has some around A. So we're probably not gonna see so much push into B. We're gonna see some playing more into C or A. But again, Temple University covering very well for this. Full utility Killjoy. Basically both 9-8s.
Yeah, and it looks like Fortec is going straight for Garage. They're already all the way through, no resistance really. Enrique does get a pick here onto Jasmine, is able to spot him through the corner, but they still have to deal with the Killjoy. Here, Enrique pushing side with Satanic, a couple of trades coming through. And now, with everything calming down, looks like Florida Tech has a slight advantage. 3 players versus 2. They do get the spike down. Enrique almost gets timing here. Throws his nade. He does manage to spot the other player, and now Florida Tech is fully aware of the position of all these players. Enrique decides to tuck into this corner. You see a little KJ molly. A little bit of chip damage done, and oh, it's so close. He does manage to survive. Satanic getting some healing as well. Here comes Tiny with the kill onto Enrique, pulling back down to a 2v2. And Tiny goes crazy with a triple kill. They have plenty of time to defuse, and the first round's gonna go for Temple.
And Temple manages to play really calm-headed, like calm-minded. They manages to get the post plant, a really well push from both sides. They basically pincer for a take in C, baiting a bit with that Soba into Garage, expecting it to come from there. But at the end, he was behind. Tiny was basically covering long, and they managed to get both picks and basically get the round. Really well played by Temple.
Yeah, and some heroic plays off their hip here by Tiny. Looking forward to seeing some more crazy triples like that as we go into our second round here. Enrique getting spotted off the dart, has to back off with just a classic to play with. Your Fortec is on economic disadvantage. Looks like Tiny is going to get a little aggressive here with the Sheriff. Gonna throw a couple of shots, and Enrique's going to try to push and punish. A huge brawl comes out, and Tiny with 2. Rescop does manage to get the kill onto Pochi. Now, Rescop. A dink through a wall. It's got to hurt Tiny with a 4K, and it's on for the ace. Spike is down, and is one player against the world here for Florida Tech. The rest of Temple is looking. They don't know exactly where this last player is. Will Duck try to get some exit frags? Gets a nice little cheeky angle here in their spawn, but there's really no one around to play against.
Duck actually needs to die this round for the economy to be worth it.
Yeah, he definitely wants to die. If he can do some damage, though, that'd be huge here.
Maybe take the bundle out of the hands of that breach.
30 seconds left.
Man, I didn't even notice the Vandal. We had Tiny just melting with a Sheriff. Yeah. Duck. Nice little 360 there. as he makes his way. 17 seconds
But
on
look
the
at
clock.
Tiny looking at the angle.
And the ace goes to Tiny here. Second round on the board for Temple.
Really well played for Temple. Very good, cool, and they manages to get the peaks on the pushing Floratech players into A, and Floratech tries to get like a trade, and they only manage to get to trade one of them for two of their lives, and at the end of the day, Tiny gets the better of them.
Yeah, I like the idea that Floratech had. They saw the aggression there by Tiny. They tried to pop flash with the sky and punish it, but the smoke was just so difficult to exit out of, and they were punished. Here goes Floratech now, back into Garage. It worked the first, it did not work the first round, sorry. It managed to get them onto site the first round. Maybe they'll try it again here. Duck is making a lot of noise with Enrique. It looks like they're a burst out of sight, but this Omen Blind's gonna not be able to catch them. A huge kill by Duck. Nice phantom shot. Getting onto site. Satanic is at his side. Enrique as well, and they're just mowing down these players. Enrique 32 HP. And it's a 1v5.
And you can see right now the gun advantage for Floratech.
Yeah, gun advantage for sure is doing wonders. Pochi's a nice little angle. Does manage to catch one player off guard, but not enough. It's Floratech. First round on the board.
And Temple does not deal a lot of damage on the economy of Floratech by just taking one of their players. In that position, as Temple, you wanna take as much guns as possible for the next round. Right now, it's a full buy from both teams, and in the case that Temple got more picks, Floratech would have been more screwed. But right now,
It's pretty even fight.
basically pretty similar. Options.
Yeah. Enrique getting a little crazy with this peak off the sea. I don't know if you noticed, but there is an operator in the hands of Tiny, so that's going to shut down the entirety of A. So Floratech did make the good read here to go towards the C site. You do not want to run into that operator, but looks like they're just going to be blocked off entirely by these smokes and this entire Killjoy setup. It looks like they might be reevaluating their choices. And you see the pings on the map. They're probably going to go for a little B push here. Skyblind is not going to catch anyone. They are going to know that mid is relatively free, but it looks like they might actually go for a re-hit here. Enrique and Duck. Garage again. They have a smoke with them. Decide to throw any sort of discretion out the window as they're just bursting onto site here. Duck, first contact. Nice kill onto Jasmine, but Galax does manage to punish. Juicy with a kill as well. Now, 2v4 in favor of Floratech. Spike is going to be planted here.
Spike planted.
Floratech's kind of stuck here. Around this box, I have no clue where the other players are. Juicy, though, getting the kill onto Tiny. Leaves only Pochi and Satanic. Closes it out.
Absolutely beautiful run for the side of Floratech. They managed to be patient. They managed to push when they needed, and they take their time. You know, they don't panic when they start losing like those trades in long. They try to rotate. They know that there's some danger in A, so they push through Garage, and then they basically start getting peak over peak, and then they finally like just get the plant and just they have to wait it out. They know that they have the utility. They just have to wait it out to win the round.
Yeah, it looks like some crazy stuff going here with Enrique just using his satchel to get straight onto the angle with the operator. Decides to chuck it off to his teammates. Does not want to be entering with that Rescop. First contact here, but there's a huge flank that's going to be coming in. These Temple players are on economic disadvantage. They have very little guns to play with, so they're just trying to play as crazy as possible. Floratech is aware of the flank. And now they're kind of slowing down here. It's going to decide whether they want to push onto the side, but there are 4 Temple players here. Rescop makes first contact, does manage to kill Pochi, and there's the flank. Flank is down for Floratech. Will they decide to back off? Yeah, it looks like they're going to back off here. Even use the stim beacon to rotate as fast as possible. Tiny is aware, is already going for the counter rotate, while the rest of the Temple players remain on A side. Floratech still making their way Down towards C. Flash is gonna catch a player. Tiny does manage to dodge it. Juicy though, clears backside. Now site is entirely free for Florida Tech. Reskop gonna get the plant down. And this is such a difficult position to be here if you're the Temple players. 2v5, just shares to play with. Here comes the smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Is punished by Enrique. And Reskop helps clear a flawless round for Florida Tech as they take the lead 2-3.
What a round for Florida Tech, knowing they had the economical advantage. They start pushing slowly, they get some picks, and then they rotate. They know that most players by that point already were like basically stacked on A. So at that point, the best idea that Florida Tech has is go to C, plant there, and dump your utility. You know that you're gonna have more utility than the enemy team because you are like in a man advantage. Beautiful round.
Yeah, here we go into another round where both teams are able to buy, and Temple is going a little crazy here on the C side. Jaxie's already pushed all the way up. Florida Tech is kind of stopping their tracks here, pushing out towards A long. A lot of footsteps are here. The drone is going to come in and going to reveal the position of these players. Tiny getting first blood in this round in sewers, and Florida Tech is not slowing down here. Enrique is going to pop a showstopper, pushing all the way at the side. Does manage to see one player, gets the kill onto Pochi. And Florida Tech is going to go for the plant 4v4. Duck does manage to see a play. Ooh, a beautiful shot to Tiny. Swaps to a Vandal back to the operator. He's gonna hold this angle. Jaxie where? Duck getting the kill. And Satanic getting a nice clean double at the end. And Florida Tech is on a roll here.
Florida Tech dominating these later runs. Getting a bunch of kills, getting a bunch of picks at the start of the round, and like basically using that momentum to get into side or get the rotation like we saw like 2 rounds ago. And at the point where Temple loses a couple players, they don't know what to do and they start panicking. They don't time their pushes. And their collapses that they are planning with those flanks that we're seeing starts decaying, and we don't see how they're working.
Yeah, Florida Tech is doing a great job here. A nice opening kill for Duck. Let's just say the odd plays have been
Down, attacker spawn.
really well done on the side of Florida Tech, considering they're on attack. And here, showing just how it's done. Duck is holding this though with the op. He does get a huge amount of damage. Jaxie was a sliver of HP left. Duck getting crazy, pushing up. Here comes the push, but the concuss by Jaxie's huge. Does manage to punish. Op is thrown off the map. The blinds are coming, and Enrique punishes. And it is just an all-out brawl for this C-long position. Florida Tech manages to push the players out of cubby. Decides to back off.
And Fauci stays on A side.
Yeah, he's been there the entire time. And he might be able to do a lot of damage here if Florida Tech players are not aware.
Does have the Hunter's Fury. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, I don't know if he's
30
gonna pop
seconds
it
left.
though. It's a huge commitment. Speaking of ultimates, here comes the lockdown by Florida Tech, and the lockdown's gonna be canceled by Pochi. Pochi's gonna try to knock that one straight out. Does
But they
manage to
now
kill
know
it.
where Fauci is.
Yeah, here comes the Seekers by Satanic Monk. A lot of ultimates invested here by both sides. Here comes the drone. Out of heaven, Satanic's crosshair is caught towards Pochi.
One enemy remaining.
Pochi going huge, getting another kill as one. That's up to 2v1. Both players have guns. Juicy with a little angle on the smoke gets a kill. It's up to 1v1. And Juicy comes out with the clutch. Another round for Florida Tech. That was looking shaky.
That
but
was
it
looking
worked.
very shaky, considering that Florida Tech had a full buy and Temple University did not. They were playing with economy. Most of the players had only pistols, and Florida Tech, while it started with a good pick into A, they do not manage to move that momentum into more until it's too late.
Yeah, and that was a huge round with all the ultimates. Even though, you know, Temple is on economic disadvantage, so they're running away with a lot of ultimates taking on the hands of Flortech, so they're probably really happy with that round. Now, both teams going in with full buy. Reskop! How do you manage that? Kill through the smoke. Beautifully. Check his PC. That was beautiful. Duck pushes all the way out, trying to catch Pochi off guard. Looks like it's a full execute for Flortech. Duck is going to be pushed off the angle because of the blind. Jasmine going to kill Reskop. He's continuing to go. Here comes the defender lockdown. Now 2v3. Reskop is going to invest his orbital strike to kill that lockdown. Going to get the spike down. Now it's retake with an operator for Temple.
Last player standing.
Galax
One enemy
going
remaining.
crazy, getting 2 kills. It's going to put it down to a 1v1 Reskop with a sliver of HP. And he gets the kill, Reskop. That is absolutely ludicrous.
That was absolutely beautiful.
Remember to talk to each other out there.
Reskop getting that 4 kill. I'm surprised that he did not win for the lineup. To be fair.
No time, but
No
he made it
time.
work. Reskop, real MVP that round.
That's made it work. He gets the 4K. Really beautiful for Reskop.
Yeah, I got that kill through the smoke, which was just kind of ridiculous.
Kind of ridiculous.
And yeah, they will carry the team through another victory. Here we go. We see the first real mid push of the game. Enrique gets punished by Jasmine after he satchels in. Jasmine getting away with
And
murder
look at that
there.
double, triple flank from the side of Temple University.
Oh, and Galax gets a nasty shot to Juicy, and things are falling apart here for Florida Tech. Duck, though, does get a kill here. Trying to even out numbers. Florida Tech's already onto the site. Tiny. And a lot of the Temple players are coming in for the flank. They are going to manage to get Satanic Monk, who is holding that flank. That breach stun pushes Duck off, and here comes the rolling thunder. Duck doesn't manage to hit the shot. Galax is absolutely crazy with the sheriff. Here comes the defuse, and Pochi getting the kill. And what teamwork here displayed by Temple.
Really well played by Temple. With the economical disadvantage that they had, they managed to get some pigs into Florida Tech, and then I think that starting play from Florida Tech, sending the race with the satchels into garage was a little bit too
Ambitious, maybe?
too ambitious. Yeah, too ambitious. They tried to get something, and like, hey, if it works, it works. But you have an economical advantage. Play for that range. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. No. Tech had a lot of things going that round. They managed to close down Temple. Came ahead. But here, Tech decides it didn't work out last round, but we're going to make it happen this round. We're going to push mid again. They might be posing to end towards B, but yeah, Reskop still holding Spike in the back. But Killjoy is set up here. Galax in the back.
Here.
Here comes the smoke. Here comes the execute. The nanos are going to push Duck back. Duck is all the way through, though. Satanic coming with the dog. And Jasmine's all the way through as well. This is absolute chaos. Kills coming through all sides. Tiny with the operator as well. Pochi gets punished by Enrique. And it's out to 1v2. Tiny alone here. And Tech is running. They're going straight to A. They know now where this player is. That turret by Juicy is going to provide so much information. Here they go.
Oh, but look
Planting.
at Juice. Look at Enrique.
Enrique is not ready for Tiny's flank. Tiny with the knives. It's up to 1v1. And Tiny comes out on top. Temple. Another round on the board. Off the shoulders of Tiny.
What a play from Tiny. What a play from Tiny. He's been basically the savior for Temple University. We saw a 4K at the beginning of like I think it was round 2, and then we see a 3K that manages to get the round out of the hands of Florida Tech.
Thanks.
Beautiful play by him. His operator while while he lost once against Doug, he manages to win most of the fights that he gets into. Really, really good. Again, the use of the knives, absolutely amazing. He knows that he cannot use the operator in close range, so he pops the ult, he basically gets the kills and wins the round.
Yeah. Here comes Jaxi. First blood in the round here. As Fortech tries to go for a sneaky push into sewers using smoke for cover, but getting punished by spray. Here comes a stun. Duck is able to dodge it. Aftershock doesn't manage to deal any damage either. Vortex kind of boxed in. Satanic is going to heal up the plays a little. And Enrique is trying to go from the other side of long. But Jaxi is just holding strong here, giving Temple players enough time to rotate. Enrique does have his ultimate, but Satanic is getting absolutely melted.
Even if Floritek wants to rotate out,
Last player standing.
Jet is there covering with the operator.
Yeah.
The whole flank. He basically has the whole lane. Tiny has control of like basically the whole map right now.
Yeah, but Jaxi here is really the MVP this round, getting 4 kills, holding back all the aggression by these 4 attack players. And looks like Temple, they're on the comeback here. 5-6 on the board, last round and a half. They're gonna try to get it up to an even 6-6.
And Floritek does not have the economy to play a full buy. We're gonna see a couple rifles, but we also see a judge from Enrique, which he's probably gonna use again to get into use those satchels to get into garage and get probably a pick. But again, it's gonna be very, very hard because they know what he's playing for.
Yeah, here comes Duck through garage, like you mentioned with Enrique. And Vortex is gonna try to get this plant. Here comes the Seekers from Vortex trying to push these players off of backside. Reskop is gonna invest his orbital strike. Enrique with a showstopper. Hunter's Fury also being invested by Pochi is gonna get a kill. Reskop getting the plant. Some kills also be pushed through by Duck. It's down to a 4v4. Duck is all the way up in garage. The plant is down and Reskop is booking it. Probably gonna be playing some lineups here. And now time's ticking. Duck gets first contact with Jaxi. Is gonna push towards Jasmine, getting a kill as well. Gonna break the ankles of Galax. He's on a 4K. Pochi with the flank, and Juicy shuts it down. Insane moves there by Duck.
What a round by Doug. What a round by Doug. For a take with economy disadvantage, manages to get the best out of Temple. And they managed to win the round. And very well played round from the side of Florida Tech, knowing their weaknesses, knowing their advantages. Even though we see we see Satanic dying in the beginning of the round to that Hunter's Fury, we also see a good use of Risk Absolved by pushing most players from Temple out of Seaside, and then basically opening, freeing up so much space so they can plant. Really, really well played by Florida Tech.
Yeah, Florida Tech had a really good execute here. And we see here, the Jets are really carrying this game. 12 kills for both, 12-8, almost a mirror match happening. As now Florida Tech is on the defense side. Duck getting a nice orb off the rip, and he's getting a little aggressive here. He's gonna run into a bot. Decides to back off, does not want to run into any players, and looks like Temple is going straight back to A. Duck is going to get caught here by that stun. Push back. A nice kill here for Duck. Double kill actually with the wall bang. Dodges. Get the third. Duck. What is happening? It finally gets shut down by Jasmine. But now, Juicy's coming through and getting the kills. Duck. What a
beautiful kill from Doug. All of those headshots. All of those headshots were so clean. So clean. As you said, Jades are carrying this game. Best Jet wins and Doug is doing his job.
Yeah, that last kill, dodging the flash, getting one tap and getting out is... That goes to show that these players have a lot of experience with Jet. They have that's just down to muscle memory.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Some heroics here by Duck, and now Flortech has economic advantage. Satanic is gonna play with the poor man's op here, the Marshall, off this angle and B. Duck, once again, is gonna come into contact, but played perfectly with Reskop, who's gonna punish the aggression by Jexy. 2 players down, still more than a minute on the board. Satanic doesn't manage to catch any of the players off the cross. Some good damage here. He is gonna fall back.
And
Hopefully
that
gets
Omi
some,
is very, very low right now.
Oh yeah. He's got a sliver of health to play with. He's gonna go for a blind, but Enrique's gonna slow down the push with a nade. These players are already onto the site. Enrique gonna get out. Jasmine takes care of Satanic. Site is taken, and they are gonna get the plant down. Vortec players continually getting pushed off. This angle, Enrique getting another kill onto these low players. And just 1 player left. A sliver of health, and Duck closes it out through the smoke.
And Flortech only lose 1 player, which means it's very good for their economy. We also saw very not so happy vibes. We saw Marshall. We saw, I think it is a Spectre. We saw Gardner, which is a rifle, but like it's gonna work this round because of like the range that it has. But right now, look at Stanik. He's probably gonna be able to buy, well, apparently another Marshall. And Doc gets an up.
And up on your bonus. What is happening here?
We to be fair, we saw the same from the side of we saw the same on the side of Temple University.
Duck is gonna be confident enough here to grab the operator, given that he is gonna have knives here, but 30 HP. Does manage to get out, but the players are close on his tracks. Does get some damage onto Jexy, but site is now clear. These players, Enrique was gonna go for a flank, but was caught off by the robot. The alarm bot, sorry. Plant. Finally gonna go down.
Spike planted.
Molly is used by Reskop, and Jasmine shutting it down. Satanic 1v1ing here from heaven. Does get the kill, but Tiny is getting multiple kills with this operator. It's down to Enrique with 2 HP, and he dies to the turret on his way down. What a fortunate way to go. Op is going to be picked up by these Temple players. And they're on the board for this
Really
half.
brave round for Flortech buying that up, Doc especially. But now he has the ult. We saw the buy, as you said, we saw the buy because he could have had the knives if he got a kill or if he died. So while it was risky to get the up, it's fine just because of his ult.
Yeah.
The problem, Tiny has an up. And we've seen what Tiny can do with an up.
Yeah, we've seen the attack up as well in the hands of Flortech was actually putting in work. So maybe Temple be able to get something similar happening here. Flortech, with an unusual strategy here, they're just going to push all the way up towards A. There are 3 players here. B has already been cleared by these Temple players. And Duck getting first blood with his knives. And Flortech, they have spotted Spike. They have spiked out Tiny, though, shutting down Duck's knives with the operator. And Flortech, they're just going to protect this bomb with their lives. Juicy does get caught off guard, and now Satanic here with Enrique. They're just holding this smoke for dear life. They're just biding their time. Decide to back off. They don't have enough support to be able to hold this, just them two. Reskop. He does have to deal with Jexy here.
30
Are
seconds
they aware
left.
of each other's position? Not quite sure. And looks like Temple's gonna go for a B hit. They were able to clear it out earlier. Reskop does hear the footsteps through garage. Do they clear this angle? The trigger discipline.
10 seconds left.
Huge trigger discipline by Raskop. Does get some damage onto Galax, but that's down to a 2v2. 4 seconds left on the clock. Galax does not manage to hold it down, and huge round for Florida Tech.
What a round. What a round. We were kept in the tip of our toes the whole time. The whole time.
Yeah.
Nobody knew where that round was going. We saw some kills. We saw some really good flanks by Jexy with that breach, managing to get so much control of B side and C side, but he doesn't clean completely. And Resco basically is holding C on his own the whole round, just waiting, and we saw that trigger discipline when he gets the kill on Tiny.
That was so good. Looks like they didn't manage to take a B that time. Looks like they're gonna go for a B hit here. Tempo all the way through. Already have players on this site. Enrique's here with Satanic. They are getting some spams there, and they are gonna get Jexy off guard. Rescop with a kill as well.
Right here.
He is aware of the possibility. Does get some spam through, doesn't get a kill. Fochi punishes it, but now it's down to Jasmine. And Enrique closes out. That was a quick round here. Florida Tech shutting down any hopes of a B push.
Really, really well played. Really well played, using that economical advantage in their favor and basically destroying Temple University really, really easily.
Yeah, Temple had a free site there. They did an excellent job executing. Florida Tech's retake was just really fast. It was really fast and coordinated. They had a lot of pieces moving in unison. Duck getting out onto site, getting the crosshairs off of these players, trying to distract them as the rest of the team pushed through, and a lot of spams. And the day it all stacked up. Now 11 rounds on the board. Enrique here in long. They're gonna get an ult orb for Juicy, trying to get towards that lockdown.
And again, going for a B push.
Yeah, it's gonna be another B hit here.
Kind of risky considering that that Race has her ult.
This aggression by Jexy with the blind does manage to get a kill, but Duck just holding down the fort with this operator. Is he gonna be ready? No, he's not, as Galax punishes Rescop with the trade though. And the flashes are crisp, the flashes are clean. Satanic putting Florida Tech back up to match point.
Temple University going for as much as they could, but they don't manage to get anything at all. Their economies are basically very, very weak. We're gonna see like some broken buys right now, but like it's gonna be very, very hard for them considering like the buy that Florida Tech has. Did you see that?
I just saw that. Duck using a little help with Rescop to get on top of this box without using the updraft. Now that's some tech. Write that down, everyone. Keep that for your ranked games. Here comes the aggression here by Tiny. An awkward block by Rescop. And an ultimate used to push them back. Juicy holding down B-side in the meantime, and everything's falling apart. It's two players here for the side of Temple. Satanic also getting a kill. Jasmine does not want to go down to a fight, but Rescop closes out the map. Haven goes to the side of Florida Tech.
Very, very well played for Florida Tech. We saw at the beginning a little bit of a struggle, but then Florida Tech manages to get like more in shape of what we've seen before, and basically wins almost every round in the defense. We did see like the use of like that KG to hit like win more space. We saw Rescop being able to hold a side on his own, and Doug basically getting all the kills that he needed to basically carry the game.
Yeah.
Really, really well played.
Yep, so a good round, good map here for Florida Tech, and we're going to see you guys in just a few as we head to the second map. See y'all then.
And welcome back to the match Florida Tech versus Temple University. And this time we're gonna see the new map, Sunset.
Sunset. Yippee! So excited to see this one. The callouts are going to be a little
The
difficult.
colors are gonna be very, very difficult.
We'll
And
learn with the rest of the player here.
let's see these comps. Um, we see first of all, we
Yeah,
see a
you-
trade from the Killjoy in the side of Florida Tech to Cypher. I really like Cypher on this map, especially to cover B side. B side is beautiful to cover with Cypher.
Yeah, but you want to talk about the elephant in the room here? There's a Reina.
There is a Reina. Enrique is playing Reina.
Reina, very fun pick,
Very
I'd say.
funny pick. I haven't seen a lot of Sunset, but the games that I've seen, there are some Reinas in just because of her ability to control a lot of sides, aka my solo queues.
Yeah, well, Reina's eye can probably see a lot of play here on this map because of how many different thin walls there are. You can probably play off of that, and you'd love to see it played off of some smokes and maybe some cages as well. Speaking of smokes, we're going to see a double smoke comp from the side of Temple University.
We are gonna see that Astra and that Viper. A little bit surprised of the Viper, while it's very, very good on this map. Well, it's very, very good on this map. We don't usually see the Viper in our competitive scene.
It's a very... Both of these characters are
here.
quite well suited for each other. Astra being able to place stars all over the map, whereas Viper shutting down some long lines of sights with a
And we had a
continuous...
small tech pause, but I think we're ready.
Yeah.
We are ready. And
Blink of an eye and we're already into it. Here we go. On to Sunset. As Vortex starts on the attack side, they're coming to first contact and Reek with first blood. They count the Pochi. Reskop. They're coming out on top here. As Vortex players try to make their way towards site, but they're gonna already be shut down by the snake bite from Galax. A lot of damage is taken here. The peak from Tiny are coming as well, and Satanic's healing constantly here. It's gonna provide so much support for Florida Tech.
that Sky Healing doing wonders. Bringing
Yeah.
Florida Tech team back to life.
Looks like Florida Tech is kind of shut down here by these double smoke composition. There's not much they can do to get out of here without any sort of Reina Flash or Sky Flash. And looks like they're go for the rotate, but Temple's already aware. They're also going for the rotate.
Cover going
Reskop,
out.
1 HP.
Shadows.
The best plays happen on 1 HP. Reskop is gonna be first line of attack here for Florida Tech. Here comes the bird.
30 seconds left.
Temple players are already here. Jasmine shutting it down to a
One enemy
2v2. Jasmine going crazy
For the 3
with the triple.
Settled.
As you said, best plays go with 1 HP. The Viper had 1 HP, so that was a very good play for Temple University. Viper manages to Astra manages to do a lot of damage by just covering with a lot of their utility, and even though there were 2 smokes against like basically like half a comp, because we saw Raze, we saw the Omen, and we saw the Sky, their utility was already dumped into one side.
Yeah, we saw a huge read that round. And looks like Florida Tech is gonna try something different here. They're just pushing all the way up mid. They have the site, the entirety of mid smoked off here. They are gonna be noticed by Tiny with the Sky Flash. Some utilities broken in market. Florida Tech's kind of just stagnating here, trying to figure out where they want to go. Duck continue to make space, but the rotates are already coming in. There's so many players here.
But look at the side of Temple, they cannot advance because as soon as they break the wires, Florida Tech is gonna know where they're coming from.
Yeah, kind of held back
There.
by this wise decide to just go for it. They break the wire. Florida Tech's not even anywhere near. They are going towards A site, and they're in contact with Jasmine in alley.
And Juicy is just covering through mid.
Get in sight.
And here comes the execute by Florida Tech. Bursting out onto site here with the smoke. Reskop gonna go for the
30
plant.
seconds left.
Plant is gonna go down. But Tiny punishing Satanic Duck, also getting a kill. And that flank came to fruition for Duck. Enrique gets pushed off the angle by Jexy with the satchel. Now the numbers are in favor. Reskop caught an angle that was unexpected here for him. And Tiny cleans it up for Temple.
Now that I realize, Tiny's not playing a duelist this time.
Yeah.
He is playing an initiator. Taking into account how he played with Jet, it's really curious how he's gonna play with this Sky, especially because now he has the flash, and he's able to do more plays, and it's probably gonna be a more proactive kind of like initiator rather than like play for the team. So he's gonna try to get like as much picks as possible with those with that Sky utility. So
Yeah, choosing to go initiate here is going to give him a lot more options with his team. Fortech going to go for a lot of aggression mid here, but it's kind of a fake. It looks like they're just dropping some util mid. And they're going to go for an A hit. 3 players here, slowly pushing up, but they're going to come into contact with 2 of the Temple players playing defense here. A site, here comes contact. Duck gets punished by Pochi. Reskop is going to use a blind, then the TPs are coming for Pochi's going to get right out of there with his rendezvous. Now Fortex reevaluating where they want to end, and they're pushing back towards mid.
Shadows traveling.
Here's the mid smoke that I've been using. Satanic getting a kill through the smoke. That's going to give a nice amount of leeway here for Florida Tech as they push into market.
but look at Tiny.
Tiny is on the trails. Galax playing backside with the snake bite is gonna get a kill, and Tiny's flank is coming to fruition. He does get
30 seconds
pick
left.
onto Reskop. Shot in the back is not ready for this. Here comes Juicy getting the
One
kill.
enemy
Back down to a
remaining.
2v1. Never mind. 1v2 here. Juicy left alone. 18 seconds on the clock. Is he just gonna go for the save? Decides to make some noise. Does manage to get a kill on his way out, but Temple is on a roll here. 3-0, and that has got
So
to hurt.
much damage from Temple to Florida Tech, while they were playing with like Florida Tech were playing with like an economic advantage. Temple University manages to get like a lot of the rifles out of the hands of Florida Tech, and at the end, one of the Florida Tech players survive, and now their economy is basically broken. They don't save any of the guns, and right now we're gonna see a lot of sheriffs with like some half shields, some full shields, and probably some utility, and probably not even like old utility.
Yeah, and speaking of guns, Jaxa here picking up an op and is gonna hold that B main angle. Vortec, like you mentioned, economic disadvantage. They just have some sheriffs to play with, and they're gonna be
Shadows traveling.
pushing towards mid again. This dog is going to be huge, going to catch so many players. Temple's going to be very aware of this situation. Some players are pushing
And
all the way up.
does not move a single muscle.
Yeah, Jexy is first line of defense here with the operator. Does get a leg shot onto Enrique, and Enrique's going to come out with a sliver of health. Here comes the raise bot. It does get stopped. Will Enrique make it out? Enrique will not. Jexy picks up a kill with his maul. Cheeky little angles here being played by Jexy. Now Florida Tech back to their mid aggression, but Temple is so aware. They're holding a crossfire here with Jasmine. The flash is gonna come in. Reskop gonna get a kill, but Tiny shutting it down.
I have retrieved. Where is everyone
Juicy
hiding?
has picked up the spike. Does decide to use his neural death, but Galax shuts it all down with his Vandal, and it's 4 on the board for Temple University.
Really, Temple University playing really well around like their information and around like their economy. They managed to get so much with so little, and right now, Florida Tech, They don't at the moment they don't know what to do exactly. They don't know where to push. It's a new map, so we haven't seen so many strats coming from different teams. So they're probably just gonna try to like push one side, see how protected it is, and then push the other. This feels more like a solo queue.
Yeah, and
Wait a moment.
Flowtech has a buy this round, but they're running straight into an operator in the hands of these Temple players. Jasmine does get a kill, but gets traded out. Now it's just Poochie. Backside with an op. Seekers have been invested, and Poochie gets another kill. Now it's down to 4v3. A beautiful spam by Tiny Israel Kajuzi off the smoke, and Jexy's right behind with a flame.
Player
Pochi
standing. Spike down
continuing
A.
to tear these players apart. It's Temple. Another brutal defense on their side. The operator there in the hands of Pooch is so strong. He's able to shoot and get straight out of the area with his rendezvous, and that's so difficult here for these Flowtech players to get through.
It is very, very difficult for a tech to get through. We saw at the beginning of the game when Flowtech tried to go for a B push, that Viper does so much damage with the bites and like with the smokes and like all the utility that she has, plus the race is there. So when when the Viper effect happens, the race can basically deal a lot of damage with just satchels or a nade.
Yeah, a lot of coordinated plays inside of Temple. Flowtech here just shares. They're gonna try to take apart these defensive plays by Temple. Looks like they're making some presence mid with some sheriff shots. And Rescop's pushed all the way through towards market.
Out of charges.
Tiny though, waiting for the smoke. He is gonna pop a flash. He's been doing that consistently. This time Flowtech is all the way into market. Tiny has repositioned, so this could be such a crucial fight. And Duck comes out on top with the Spectre. He's gonna go for that gun. Some upgrades for the team.
30
And
seconds
Seekers
left.
invested here. Duck satching onto sight. They are aware of Galaxy's position. The wall is huge from Galaxy. He's gonna cut all line of sight, and he's able to even get a kill through the smoke. Rescop though also getting a kill with that Spectre. Pochi punishes though. Now it's down to 3v3. Jaxi trying to get Satanic off this angle. Two
One
players.
enemy
He
remaining.
does manage to get him. Juicy getting a kill onto Pochi with the op, but it falls apart here as Temple adds another round to the board.
Flowtech play a very, very good round. They managed to get so much out of their hands of Temple,
There.
but it is not enough. The Temple has so much control over this map. They know where to go through. And we're gonna see a timeout.
Yeah, Flowtech had a much better round for sure. Here, they were able to get all the way up through market. They're becoming more and more aware of the way Tiny is playing these flashes, and Tiny is consistently punishing their mid aggression by flashing through the smoke or flashing over these buildings. This is something Flowtech's picking up on, but they need to be careful of it in the future. And pushing into market, it proved to be really useful. But at the end of the day, Galaxy Solado was positioned so far into main and was able to use that wall to his advantage to just completely outplay the players, as he was able to stay alive for so much longer than anticipated, giving time for those
Absolutely,
rotations.
Here.
So yeah.
Yeah. One question, Andrew. Where do you have your shoot button on Valorant?
Don't do this to me. I have it where every normal player has it, on my mouse.
I personally have it on spacebar. It's so much useful.
This is why you're on the casting bench and not playing. Let's hope our Flowtech players are not using spacebar to shoot.
You know, sometimes it's better. You can have so much very spray control with spacebar rather than click. But right now we're gonna see a full buy from both teams. Florida Tech getting all those rifles
And Viper's Pit off the rip being used here to shut down all of the B main possibilities for Florida Tech. Pochi is first line with the operator in market. That's such a difficult angle to push. But here comes Duck with the finesse. Gets it over Pochi. And now Florida Tech pushing straight onto the speed side, but they have this Viper's Pit to deal with. Here comes a showstopper by Duck. He's gonna push off the angle. Will he get the kill?
They found my wire.
Juicy somehow still alive here. Getting some nice damage onto Tiny, but that's 2 players from flank. Jasmine on the other end, and these Florida Tech players are being
One
pinched.
enemy remaining.
Showstopper has been invested, and it's just Reskop against all these players. And yeah, 3 against 1. Not much he can do there.
And at the beginning, Florida Tech seemed very, very strong of this round. Looked like a round that could have gone to the hands of Florida Tech, but searching for that Viper kill, while it was essential to get that Viper speed out of B main, all that lookout for that Viper kill manages to get like 3 Florida Tech players into B main, where basically Temple had most of the control, and they get out pushed, and all of the hands that Florida Tech had on deck were basically gone, leaving Reskop alone inside side.
Here.
Yeah, that Viper's Pit push was crucial for Florida Tech, and they just weren't able to make it work. Some crazy aggression here, and we're already down to a 3v3. Florida Tech do manage to get some kills here, and they're going to upgrade up to Vandals. Now, full
I know
buy,
exactly
essentially.
where you
And Neural Theft's going to come in for Florida Tech. This catch all the players. They're going to see A. A is completely free. They go straight to that site. Here comes Enrique. He is going to pop the Empress for the site push. Plant is going to go down, and now it's going to be a full 3v3 retake here as the Temple players come in.
Florida Tech does have the utility to get this to work. They have the initiator. They have like a duelist.
And a huge swing by Satanic. The Galax shuts it down. Enrique, though, in his Empress, gonna kill now Juicy as well. And it's out to 1v2. And beautifully played, playing off of each other's contact. And Florida Tech gets their first round on the board.
Really well played by Florida Tech, even though they were in an economical disadvantage. They managed to get the first economic disadvantage. They managed to get the first 2 picks in mid, and they managed to upgrade their guns for 2 of their players. And Reina already had a rifle. That meant that it was an equal fight. And taking into account that 2 of the players from the side of Temple were mostly essential for retake, it was very, very harsh for Temple to get control of that A side again.
Yeah, Florida Tech finally found their groove that round. Able to get some kills, but Jaxi has the read and just melts them from mid. He's going to be able to dodge all of the flashes by Enrique. And he's pushed so far up here on this pillar. He's going to try to re-clear. Does manage to catch a couple players. And
Down
Jasmine
mid.
adding another kill onto the board.
One enemy remaining.
Jexy gets the nade kill onto Satanic. It's just Enrique left. 4v1. Can he make a miracle happen? Does manage to get 1 kill, but Jasmine is quick with the trade. And Temple back on their groove. 8-1.
8-1 for the side of Temple University. So much control that they have over mid. Tiny doing so much work with those flashes.
Yeah.
Getting basically as much space as they can, and this allows to Jexy to basically take control and like get all the picks that we're seeing.
Yeah,
Florida Tech, you can see that Florida Tech has not like seen that map too much in their scrims.
Yeah, Temple, definitely a map of their choice here. They're showing a lot of preparation and prowess here. And Florida Tech is adapting, but will they be able to adapt in time? Looks like they're going for an A push here, but there are 3 players on this site. And Reek getting the first blood here is going to be able to clear out some of these angles. Gets punished by Jasmine, who gets a double kill, and that brings it down to a 3v3. Numbers are evened out. Juicy has something to say about it. Getting a kill on the board as well. And these 4 tech players are so low.
Spike down A.
2v2. But this is a firing squad holding this angle, and Spike is down. The cage here used by Juicy. Try to bait out some pushes. And Pochi is spotted off the cross.
Player standing.
Does manage to win 1v1. And yeah, with just a sliver of health, Duck can't hold them back.
And we saw a very good, like, a very good beginning of the round for the side of Florida Tech, getting some picks, trying to get like some of the push into A side, and they managed to get some control. But Breskop runs with the spike to defender to defender spawn, and it's very hard to recover the spike with that Viper covering that, and then Fauci basically getting back into side and just offering so much help to Galaxolotl.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Tempo really showing a lot of prep here, but Reskop gets a cheeky little angle, and that's going to clear both B players. And here we're looking at a free site for Florida Tech. Reskop with only 20 HP. Here's that nade. Wants to get out as soon as possible. Does not want to die to any sort of splash damage. Duck getting a little aggressive, getting a kill, but not before getting traded. Enrique cut off the timing.
Last player standing.
Satanic adding 1 more kill, bring it down to a 1v3. Jexy, can you pull this off? Time is ticking. So little time to play with. Will he go for the spike? And yeah, that cam is going to shut down any hope of being able to get that stuck on the wall. Does manage to get a kill, but not really sweating with this sort of economic build-up. As Fortech adds another round on the board.
Can we have the 9-3?
The 9-3. This is what every player dreams and dreads.
If you are losing one half, you want the 9-3. Even though many people think it's not real, the 9-3 curse always lives in our dreams and our nightmares for most of us.
Time to mobilize my pack.
Florida Tech is showing some promising results in the last rounds, showing more different kinds of pushes, showing more control over the map, and let's see what they do in this last attacking round.
Yeah, one more round here that they have to deal with the defense of Temple University, which has proven to be such a difficult barrier to get through. They really have all these areas of the map locked down to a T. For attack.
I've got your trail.
We go for A. Here comes Empress and Seekers. Jaxi gets punished while trying to pop his showstopper. Jasmine though, also going to get a kill. Showstopper used on the side of Florida Tech as well. Does not manage to catch any sort of players off guard. And here comes the pinch by Florida Tech. 2 players onto the site. Are they going to be ready for it? Here comes Reskop.
One enemy remaining.
Does manage to kill both players.
I know exactly
And now,
where you
4v1. Neural Theft coming in as well. And this would have to be insanity for Pochi to win this. TP used. Pochi does get 1 kill. Can he get 3 more? He cannot. 9-3 achieved by Florida Tech.
9-3 achieved. Half of it is done.
Switching sides.
Half of it is done. Now they just have to win 10 more rounds. What is 10 rounds?
No worries. 10 rounds easy. But this time they get to go on the defense side, and we'll see if that helps here. Definitely going to see a change up in the way Tempo is playing Temple, showing a lot of anchoring during their
we,
defense
we,
side.
we did see a lot of mid control. They tried to go get as much control as possible, even if it's just from market or if it's from top. We didn't see that much control of tiles. Maybe Florida can exploit some of that. And right now we're seeing a pretty much a default push from the side of Temple.
Yeah, they're gonna try to feel out all these different areas of the map, and Florida Tech playing a similar defensive strat with 2 players on B, 1 holding up mid, and 2 on A, but they're not really ready for this aggression. A player's already been placed into market. They're just walking into market for free here. Temple all the way up with Spike. Enrique is holding mid. Will he get caught off guard? Satanic though,
Spike down B.
with the counter flank. Left alone on the site. Jasmine does finally shut it down. And here comes the execute onto the B site. Bob Angle is being played off here. Enrique getting the kill.
Planted.
Some huge damage done by that Roomba. Jexy catches Duck off guard and it's down to a 2v2. One player offside, Tiny
Player standing.
goes with a
One
flash.
enemy remaining.
Reskop does some good damage and Juicy closes it off with the classic. Thanks to the help of his team who got them so low.
Again, Temple with that mid control. They managed to sneak past a mid open and they get into market. They try to get into Boba, but they get spotted by Florida Tech and they basically the whole push gets stopped. They managed to get the plant. They do manage to get the plant, but then Florida Tech, their retake ability is really good, especially just the fact that Satanic Monk exists and was still alive to throw some blinds. It's very good. And then
Goes here.
Duck with that boom bot.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, Satanic providing insurmountable amounts of value in that position.
Cage
And here we go, Satanic again. Starting this round off strong with an early pick with that Bulldog. But here, the rest of the Temple players are on A. They're getting ready to execute. Enrique spamming through that smoke. Juicy is playing backside.
One
And he's
enemy
just gonna
remaining.
melt these players down. Enrique as well. And the last
Pity the
caught
man who dies
in the trip.
And that is a flawless run from Florida Tech. Absolutely beautiful play. Like they managed to get they managed to play around their economical advantage. They know that they just have to wait for the push. They know that they don't have to force any fights. They Rescup Juicy plays with that Spectre really well. He knows that he can get into close range and he would probably win because higher what's the name? Fire rate. Higher fire rate than a regular classic, so they managed to get this round relatively easy.
Yeah, Juicy was so well placed that round. And this round's starting off quick with Jexy pushed all the way up to market, getting a pick onto Satanic. Their numbers already in favor. 5v4 for Temple, and they're already pushed up mid. Going all the way up through the spawn, Jexy catching Reskop off guard. Juicy tries to punish. They're wise. And here comes Jexy trying to get the last gun out of the hands of Enrique. And the flash coming in at last moment. Jexy coming out on top.
Out on top, and they basically take all the guns out of the hands of Florida Tech, and Florida Tech just managed to get minimum damage into Temple University. But right now, we are gonna see a full buy from both teams, and we're gonna see a full buy from both teams, and this is gonna be more equal. Now we're gonna see how the coming rounds are gonna be like. They're gonna be like similar.
Yeah, this is the first round in this half where both teams are going to be on the same footing in terms of guns.
Stealing sight.
But let's see if Jaxi will be able to use that mid once again. He does get a kill onto Enrique. Satanic, though, punishes it. And Duck is here with the follow-up. Able to pull the numbers down. 3v4. Favor of Florida Tech, but Rescop is the lone guardian of this A site. He has to hold it down. Does start placing some smokes, but Tiny is already through. The timing, Tiny could make it all the way through. He's made it through the smoke. Rescop is none the wiser. The timings are so brutal as Jasmine punishes Rescop back to 3v3
And
numbers.
Frontec does not know that Tiny went through.
Oh, here comes a neural theft though, and they are aware. The counter flash as well is gonna push Satanic off this angle. Second flash following up. And now time's ticking for Florida Tech. They need to get onto the side as fast as possible. Satanic shutting down Jasmine. Tiny following suit. Juicy with the train now down to 2v1.
Last player standing.
Make that a 1v1. Will Duck hold it? Gets the bomb half. Has to get off. And they're just trying to play off this angle. The time. And Galaxolotl with the clutch to put another round in the hands of the Temples players.
Timing. That was the name of this round. Timing.
Wow.
It was absolutely devastating. Rescue did not see it coming. He was looking at the right place, but he had the wrong timing the whole time.
Yeah.
Astro Smokes manages to get Tiny through, and that was it. Tiny gets so much control of the backside. Rescue does not know, and then like all the damage that they do.
Yeah, and looks like Flotech off that round go for a full save. They have Sheriff's
Bomb buddy out.
couple of stingers here. And they're just going all the way through mid. And Showstop is used by Jaxi as he's just going to start melting players. Left, right, and center. Duck, though, does manage to get a pick. But now it's 4v2
Gun here.
in favor of Temple, who's already on A site. They're going to go for this plant. And there's really nothing Fortech can do about it. Duck
Spike planted.
slowly making his way here with Juicy right behind him, but how do you retake this? So little util to play with. So little time as the bomb is ticking here. Duck. Be aware of all these off angles. A nice first pick there by Duck. Does get traded, but Juicy following suit with the trade. It's a 2v1. Tiny making sure to put another round here as they head to match point.
As they hit the match point, and right now Tech has to has to spend all their money, has to basically work with as much as they can, and we've seen some promising stuff coming from Tech, especially in the later rounds. While they did not end on a win, we are seeing some strats that are coming up on the go. Let's remember, Sunset is a very, very new map, so it's kind of difficult to know how people are gonna play around it.
Yeah, but Temple clearly has a lot of practice here. Now Duck with his showstoppers pushed all the way up here, but he's not getting any sort of value off of it. He's gonna go for fast flank, and on the other side of the map, here comes the execute, here comes the Astro Wall, and Enrique here being barraged from left, right, and center. So much happening, but Juicy's there
Planted.
to try to get some more value. Satanic on the other side. These Temple players are getting pinched with a huge trigger discipline there by Satanic. And now the numbers are even. Enrique is in Empress form. It is a 2v2. Spike is tapped. Here comes the spray through the smoke. The smoke is going to fade. And it's just a blind brawl here. Poach on a sliver of health. Here comes the orb, making it even more difficult to try to stick that plant.
Player standing.
Pochi with the kill through the smoke. Enrique does not have time for the bomb, and this map is going to go to the side of Temple University.
We did see Temple University doing so much damage to Florida Tech. They managed to play them out very, very well. They take so much control of mid. Very, very hard to Florida Tech to play, like either attack or defense.
Yeah, Temple definitely came in prepared for this map and shut down any of Florida Tech's aggression. Now, we get to go to one last map here, but first, a quick break. See y'all soon. And welcome back, everyone. We're here on our last map of the night of Florida Tech Varsity versus Temple University, and we're sitting here one map to one map. The last map is going to be split.
The last map is gonna be split, and we're gonna see a more Florida Tech composition, let me call it. On the side of Florida Tech, we see Sky, we see the Jet from in the hands of Dog, we see Juicy with the KG, Enrique again with Raze, and Dreskop with an Omen. Very, very Florida Tech kind of composition. We've seen this before. They know how to play it. They feel comfortable with this comp. On the other side, we have your Sky Viper combo. Then you have Astra for all the utility that she brings. We do not see a Sentinel.
Yeah.
We do not see a Sentinel on the side of Temple. We see a double duelist, a double is Viper. Viper is a controller, right?
Yeah, double controller, double
Double controller,
duelist
double
is the
duelist, and-
comp.
Yeah, and very. I haven't seen it work that much, especially of how much utility KJ brings into the map. Again, you do need KJ in situations like this, even if you're just gonna hold a B or A. The turret does so much damage, not as in actual damage, but in like it's able to reveal, get some information, and get some chunks of health out.
Yeah. Here on Split, the turret is king, and Florida Tech playing on the defensive side here against Temple's attack, and a nice cheeky satchel kill for Enrique, and we're already down to a 3v3 here. Things are chaotic as the players are already making their way up ramp. Decide to fall a little bit back here. They're still going to end up pushing towards his ramp side. Enrique with the classics does hear these footsteps, Tiny coming through with a kill. And it's all or nothing here on this ramp position. Raskop catching a glimpse but not able to hit any of the shots as those players are leaving. Enrique is going to be pushed off the angle with the blind, and it's going to be a fast rotate all the way to heaven. Who's raiding? It's Raskop with his classic getting a kill. He has his blind ready to go, and he's catching these players entirely off guard. The reload with 5 HP and the nice right click with that classic to shut down first round.
Rescop with the read. Rescop with the read. He knew. He left. He sprinted from A side into B side, knowing that they were gonna rotate, and he just manages to get everybody rotating into B, gets 2 kills, and then his blind basically allows him to get the second kill, and then like the third one is basically jump right click.
Yeah, that blind was absolutely huge, giving him time to back off and then fully abuse the fact that these players are not ready for it. Here comes some quick aggression by Fortech. Duck with a sheriff kill. And these Fortech players are all the way pushed up A, and in response, Temple has backed off and they're heading heaven. Juicy's here with a bulldog. How much damage will he be able to do? The answer is not a lot, as Jexy gets the kill, and Reskop getting really cheeky. He's gonna fall out of his position from B main as Fortech starts to make their way heaven. But the Temple players are aware of this possibility and they're walking their way up these stairs. Likely to catch some players off guard if Reskop is not ready for them. Reskop is here to punish. Hochi is here as well, but Duck shuts it down as
And
Fortech.
Resco being the hero of this team, getting those late rotations, even though they're unintentional. I believe this time was unintentional. Well, he was just trying to set up some utility before, like, basically all Fortech pushed into site. He manages to pick two of the players from Temple University going back into site from Defender's Fun, and basically deals all the damage that Temple did to Fortech, but to Temple. Beautiful, beautiful play. Resco basically being the hero of this team.
Yeah, Reskop is putting his positional knowledge to good use here as he's catching these players consistently off guard. And now, full buy for the side of Temple, and they're gonna use this opportunity to push all the way up mid. 3 players all the way up here in Fortech. He's gonna have to adapt on the fly to try to make sure things don't fall apart. Reskop is here, playing on the pillar, has his blind ready to go in case anyone tries to push here, but they're gonna play it smart. Temple deciding to slow things down. Here comes Tiny with the flash. Reskop with the counter. Hochi is not ready as Reskop peeks off the pillar. The trade does come in though. It's back down to a 4v4. Juicy caught off guard by Jexy. Another trade coming through, back down to 3v3. These numbers keep evening out, and looks like Temple has the read. They're gonna go all the way back to A. Duck has popped his knife. He's gonna catch these players on the rotate. Does not manage to get any kills. Has his Bucky ready to go.
30 seconds left.
Little Peak does not manage to get anything to happen. He's just finishing this angle. Enrique from heaven is going to provide that support. And now it's one player, Tiny, all the way back to B. It is Ring Around the Rosie here on Split. And 3v1 is the position that these players find themselves in. Tiny is going to try to pull a little Reskop move. Go for a quick reposition towards heaven. I don't know if Floritex going to be aware of this. They do have the bird, and it hasn't caught anyone. Tiny, can you do it here? 3v1. Reposition by Enrique. Looks like he might be aware. He is able to shut that down, and Floritex another round on the board. And now they're on a roll.
They are on a roll, taking into account that this was their bonus run for the side of Florida Tech. We saw like we saw a Bucky in the hands of Doug, and now they managed to trade some guns and basically upgrade. And look at that economy from Temple. Most sheriffs, one Spectre, some half shields, a full shield, while Florida Tech has really strong economy, has an op, and all rifles.
Yeah, there's definitely a round favorable for Florida Tech with their insurmountable gun advantage. Speaking of gun advantage, Duck in mid with the op, but the timing is coming from Jexy, punished by Enrique. Lucky for Florida Tech there as they're able to get that trade in, otherwise that could have spelled disaster. Here comes an isolated 1v1 for Enrique. He is able to take out Galax, but
Cover going
the
out.
rest of Temple players are here, and it's up to Reskop. He does punish the last player Heaven. He is doing so much work for these Florida Tech players. He is just pushing back to back to back. He does get a dink as well, and Reskop holding down the fort, not able to get a kill. Tiny left in a 1v1. This is the battle of the skies. Both players getting blinded by each other's. And Satanic catches the swing, coming out on top. That was close.
That was very close,
But-
with no need to be close. Florida, they had a way bigger economic advantage, and right now they got the better out of them. They got the better out of Florida Tech, and right now it's gonna be a rifle v rifle round. And
Yeah.
look at Juicy. Juicy does not have the money. Somebody from his team had to buy him. But again, Florida Tech still has some money in the bags, just in case this round they lose. Next round they can buy. On the other hand, Temple, if they lose this round, it's gonna be very, very hard to play from going onwards.
Yeah, Temple really wants to get this round in the bag, and Jexy is here to start it off with a quick kill onto Rams after satcheling up, and he plays the ante, but gets punished by Pochi, and things are falling apart for Florida Tech. Temple finally catching their breath and getting their momentum here on this A site. Juicy left alone, and the angle is just not favorable as Pochi getting that flawless round for Temple. They are back in this game.
They are back in this game, and right now we're probably gonna see a mixed buy from the side of Florida Tech. We see that Doc and Rescup does not have enough money to buy like a full rifle setup, but Satanic Monk, Juicy, they can afford it. So they're probably gonna take those rifles as kind of like hero rifles, trying to get some picks, trying to like get some, not trades, but trying to like get some weapons for the other members of the team.
Oh, and this is a crazy play. Enrique going through with the satchel, with the showstopper, getting a kill, and the entire aggression has fallen apart for Temple. For Tech backing up after this victorious position out of nowhere. It is a 4v3 in their favor, but the pushback by Temple here is in heaven. Juicy is going to hear a lot of these footsteps.
I don't know if you saw it, but both race ults went down this round.
That was both showstoppers. It's a plant. That nade is going to
Spike
do so
planted.
much damage.
I've got your trail.
Enrique Seekers used here for Temple as they try to hold down this site. Reskop is going to be caught by one. Vortec play off of this blind. An unfortunate TP here for Reskop. Juicy is here to trade. Now down to a 2v3.
Remaining.
And Juicy, some nice clean shots to clear out backside and give another round to Florida Tech.
Really well played for Florida Tech. And at the beginning of the round, both both showstoppers go out, and basically the race is straight sides. And on the side of Florida Tech, Enrique manages to get a kill, while Jexy does not manage to get a kill, and basically it has to get out of the shotstopper, use the showstopper to like get the rifle out and get the trade on Duck.
Yeah, really well executed there at the end for Florida Tech as they made way through so many different angles and also playing off each other's util perfectly to get another round for them. This time the aggression is coming in from Jexy, and he's gonna get a nice little kill, double kill, make that on his way up through ramp. We've seen this before, but this time Reskop is coming through vents. Really catch player off guard. No! Galax Salado is here. And it's down to a 2v5. But these players are holding down this site. Now down to 2v3 as Satanic has managed to get a kill.
Player
These
standing.
blinds are coming from both sides.
Spike down
Juicy.
A.
Putting in a bunch of work here into heaven. He does see Jasmine's position.
Spike planted.
Spike does get planted. One player is spotted backside.
One enemy enemy remaining.
Juicy with the quick peek onto Jasmine, and Pochi though does hold it down, and that could have gone both ways.
That could have been both ways. It was very, very close. Juicy does so much damage for Temple University.
Placing sentry.
And right now we probably gonna see a mixed buy inside of attack again. Really well played round for Temple. They, especially Jaxi, manages to get 2 picks at the beginning of the round, basically opens so much space into A side, and then manages to clamp the Flortech player in mid.
Yeah, they saw a lot of success on the A site, and looks like their go for this A site again is proven to be their lucky site here on split. A nice little satchel by Enrique to try to catch this player off this angle, but it does not work as these players are just torn apart on their way through their rotates. Just left a Satanic Monk with a pistol and a dream. Really get any sort of picks with the Sheriff. Some nice damage with Jasmine is there on the box to provide the flawless round here for Temple.
Again, Jaxi at the beginning of the round dealing, basically opening so much space, and that's very, very good for the side of Temple. They are managing to get so much space, especially into A, taking control of that and sending 1 or 2 players through mid, usually to try to take control of Rappo. And it's very, very hard for Flortech to play around like a Haven, and you can see it. They are struggling.
Yeah, Jaxi is really everywhere, all at once, constantly providing value for the team. And looks like a swap of sides. Here comes a showstopper from Jaxi. How is Westcop alive, able to get away with murder with a kill with the classic? And so many kills are happening left, right, and center. You blink, you miss it. We're down to a 2v2. Here, Enrique on pillar, but here comes the lockdown.
1 enemy remaining.
Kill coming through. Enrique timing the push off the angle so well. He just has to play time. He has to catch his play off guard, and here he goes. Able to get that lockdown to close that round out.
Flortech playing so good. Enrique playing so good around that lockdown, playing like wrapping around that middle pillar in B. Just he knows that as soon as the lockdown goes off,
Placing sentry.
basically any player in B side it's gonna be trapped, and there was only 1 player, so he just had to wait for time. He just had to like bait basically that lockdown. And again, this time we are seeing KJ
There.
into A side with so much utility there, because they don't want again that race going basically getting all this free space.
This round looks like Temple University is gonna go for mid push. They've tried some A, they've tried some B, and now
There.
they're all the way up to heaven. They are aware of the possibility of a player being here, but Satanix is such a funky angle that he's able to get away with 1 kill. He's gonna spot a player off angle, but
Spike down
Pochi
mid.
does not manage to get the
Enemy
second.
remaining.
Through heaven and duck. Cheeky little judge kill, picking up a Vandal. And Juicy
Stop thinking
closing
clearly.
it
This
out.
is for the best.
A multi-layer attack here for Temple all over the map, but Flortech holds down.
Satanic's positioning. He could not be spotted when they enter into B Haven. So it was very funny to see like Temple players thinking that they had control of Heaven and just pushing as much as they wanted to, until he just popped out and said like hey, I'm here, basically kill 1, drop back, kill the second, and basically took control of the site.
Get out of
Very,
my
very good
way.
for Flortech.
Turret's just
Here goes Temple, trying to push back towards the A site. Astral Divisor come through, but Duck is on a crazy flank with his knives, a triple kill. Juicy also on full, and that was torn apart by Florida Tech. Astral Divide
Last
ended up
round in
helping
the
them
half.
out so much here. Last round.
Now hear me out. For I take right now has to drop this round, so they don't end in 9-3.
Sentry.
Because they are 8-3 right now. If Florida Tech wins, it's gonna be a 9-3 for the side of Florida Tech, and trust me, this time the curse is gonna work. I don't like to jinx it, but the curse is gonna work.
Well, we'll see what these players manage to cook up on this last round of the half. Enrique pushed all the way through and has a showstopper yet again. I swear, we've seen so many showstoppers. It's been insanity. And now a huge fight taking place in heaven. Reskop, he's going to come out on top. On the other side of the map, Duck taking care of Tiny. As the 5v3 Seekers have been used on the side of Flortech, and they are going to catch some presence mid. Flortech has the read. They are starting to push players towards A.
Finished.
Juicy catching the timing on the smoke. It's just going to put another nail in this coffin. Flortech continues to hold this site. Ochi does give a window of opportunity here for Temple as they're able to push onto site after getting a pick. Duck is the only one here. The rest of Flortech is making their way through. The plant is going to come down. Just Pochi with a sliver of HP. Can't make anything happen. Here comes the blind. And the showstopper, a kill through the blind, but it is not enough. As Flortech connects the 9th round of the half, putting us at 9-3.
9-3 for the side of Florida Tech. Very, very well played these defense rounds. Florida Tech knowing what they're doing and showing that.
Switching sides.
Adapting to Jax's ability to just basically burst into side by sending the KJ there. This time we're not gonna be able to see that on the side of Temple because they do not have a Sentinel. They do not have that a bit essential utility that a Sentinel brings into defense, which is gonna make Florida Tech relatively easy to burst into sight. Especially taking into account that they have a jet and a race.
You gotta remember though, those double smokes are gonna be able to choke up this map. So many points on this map depend on one entryway. One entryway that a nicely placed smoke can really shut down. So things like these flashes by Satanic Monk, Omen flashes as well, are gonna be so crucial to push through these types of walls like this one we're seeing here in mid. Here's Florida Tech trying to make some presence mid. And Pochi getting first blood in the half with Jexy following soon after. Florida Tech trying to make it do mid, but these smokes are just so difficult, especially on this pistol run with just classics to try to make their way through. Florida Tech doesn't want to move an inch. They want to keep this positioning as they slowly caterpillar their way up towards mid. Looks like they go towards the B side, but there's going to be two players waiting for them. An aggressive push by Duck is going to be shut down. Reskop and Enrique each getting a kill of their own. The flank is coming through. And now Reskop going on to getting a kill as well. But Jasmine shutting it down from the flank. So many angles, so little time. Florida Tech does not win this round.
And as you were saying, that smoke in mid doing so much damage, like basically stopping the push so much from the side of Florida Tech, that Vipers will doing like so much work for the side of Temple University. And basically, again, right now Florida Tech is a bit forced to go a little bit more into A. Why? Because they know that Viper is most likely setting up B because of the wall positioning.
Toxins going up.
But Astra has those smokes in aiming covering that.
Yeah, like we mentioned, those smokes are so dangerous here. Jaxi getting a kill into Juicy, and Florida Tech is stuck here, trying to make their way through mid, but here a pinch of movement by Temple is going to get spiked down. Duck is pushing towards the side. A very chaotic fight that Duck does manage to come out on top, but still an uphill battle here. Only two players. They have to get the Spike back. Spike is stuck in mid. So many angles to clear as he regroups here with Enrique. Tiny is waiting on this angle.
Last player standing.
Brutal kill. Does manage to come through, but Enrique is going to try to survive as Pochi pushes it. And another round on the board for Temple. A successful...
Which just rushes in with that jet dash into into Enrique, and Enrique panics with the grenade on the hand and basically loses the round pretty easy. And for a take, they had an idea of what we needed to do, but like the gun disadvantage was too big this time.
Yeah, but even off the back of that, they still do manage to keep a rifle in the hands of Jex. Oh, but Enrique shuts it down as I speak. Here comes Fortech, and they're getting a basically free A site. They're already through here. Duck. Try to clear everything out. And yeah, here comes the plant. Fortech has the site down. Ochi is already caught by an alarm bot and is going to be shut down by Satanic. Now Fortech just has to deal with the rest of the 3 players pushing to heaven. Some spamming coming through. Juicy coming out top, but a beautiful shot by Tiny. It's not enough though, as the rest of Fortech cleans it up.
And you can see right now the difference between having or not having a sentinel defending this site.
Here.
A site could have been a little bit better if they had some utility that could stop them. The smokes, yeah, they managed to seize a lot of the vision and information that they can manage to have. But if they know that there is no sentinel utility waiting for them, they can just push with Enrique, push with the satchels, get that jet in there with the dashes, and basically deal so much damage.
Yeah, definitely
Going out.
feeling some of the repercussions of their team composition. Now Fortech all the way on. Enrique with a beautiful satchel on top of the box. They weren't aware of the position of Pochi, who is going to deal some massive damage. And it's down to a 3v3 off the rip. Enrique has his showstopper ready. Duck is already pushed up towards the spawn. The spike is going to be planted. Duck is going to take some heavy damage here. And he does get timing by Jasmine. It's down to a 2v3. Showstopper is used by Enrique. Off the back wall, does not manage to get a kill. Some decent damage though. Jasmine shutting down Juicy. It's just Enrique. So many players, and the satchel's gonna push him off his mark as it's Temple University.
Temple University managed to get this round of the hands of Florida Tech. It looked very promising with Enrique getting so much space into the side, and basically, but Fauci does manage to sneak past Enrique and get 2 picks before he gets picked down again. And by the time that Florida Tech sets up the plant, I think that Temple University already knew what they had to do. They knew that they had to play slow. They knew that they had the utility to win. So they just start pushing slowly, getting that retake. They managed to get Duck, and then it's very hard for Florida Tech to play
Shadows traveling.
a 2v3.
Yeah, Florida Tech had a lot going for them that round, but it just did not come to fruition. This round, they're go for it. Their mid aggression. Duck getting an early pick onto Galax. The players are already coming through from Temple. They are aware of this possibility. Pochi's still getting 1. That's way through, but they have so many angles to clear. Will they be aware of Jasmine's position? Duck almost managing to get it, but Jasmine's just holding down from heaven. Is down to a 1v1. Satanic does get the beautiful headshot, and that's the clutch. Up to 11.
What a wild headshot. Those are the headshots that you only get with Phantoms. Those are the headshots that you only get with Phantoms. That with a bundle, impossible. Let me tell you that. That with a bundle is impossible. Absolutely wild headshot that he manages to get and basically wins the round. This round, to be fair, went past very fast. 30 seconds in, and Florida was already like 2 members down, and Temple University what looked like they were in a good like numbers advantage.
Yeah, there was a lot happening at that round in that position. Up in heaven, so strong by Jasmine, but did not work out. And now Floyd Tech, they're going straight out of B main. They've smoked off heaven, and they're able to get all the way through onto this round. It is a save round for Temple. Not entirely. Some guns still being purchased. Some players here sitting with knives and classics. The Seekers have come out. Here comes the execute. Some trades coming through. Pochi, beautiful headshot coming all the way through. Showstopper is used, and everything falls apart as it's down left to Satanic. Does get 2 kills. Does not manage another heroic round. Temple
I think
clawing their way
Florida Tech-
back.
I think Florida Tech tries to rush a bit the run, knowing that they have economic advantage, but they do not manage to take control of the round after in the post plan. And we saw while Temple University did not have like a full buy, they did had some shields, plus they had a lot of ults. They had the jet the jet knives, plus the showstopper, which they deal a lot of damage, and in the hands of Jet, that's basically a rifle.
Yeah, the double duelist coming in clutch here for the side of Temple as they're able to wreak havoc through the back lines. Here comes a double kill for Duck with his knives popped, and he is just running it down, leading the charge for the Florida Tech team. Jasmine, though, holding back sight, and here comes the rest of the players through mid, and Florida Tech gonna start going for a rotate through Temple spawn. Jasmine does manage to get a kill, but it is traded out, and now it's a 2v1. Duck still on his knives, holding heaven as Satanic gets the plant down. Now Florida Tech has to be very careful about the way they position here in this round. Any mishap, they could lose their chance at a match point here. Galax push all the way through, and at the same time, Florida Tech players are backing off. They're just playing together heaven. Some footsteps were made. Here comes the orb from Galax. Spike is tapped, and he comes through. Some damage dealt, and Satanic does manage to close it off with the help of that crucial damage.
This time we saw Florida Tech with that like very high economic disadvantage, getting so many space. The jet knives again doing very wonderful work. First getting the trade on Enrique, and then basically getting tiny, getting space into B, while he does not rush into A. While we don't see Doug rushing into A, he goes all the way back from defender spawn into B side, basically getting control of B side and allowing Florida Tech to plant there.
Yeah, the knives were crucial there that round, and that ultimate really led to Florida Tech's victory. Here, speaking of ultimates, some ultimates here for Florida Tech. They have lockdown, ready to go. It is going to be popped here as they push onto B site. Rescop is holding flank, and Temple don't have a full buy, so they have to make do with what they have on this last possible round here. The lockdown finally runs out as Fortech does manage to get the site. And this is such a difficult position to be in for Temple. Jasmine is going to catch some damage off of that turret. Cosmic Divide is going to be invested. And Pochi even able to get a kill with still a sliver of health left. Satanic pull off angles, going to catch them off guard. It's one player left, and Florida Tech gets the round. GG's. Florida Tech takes away that game 2-1.
Really well played by the side of Florida Tech, doing an amazing job, especially this map on defense, basically winning the whole game on defense, getting that 9-3, making very good use of Juicy and their utility, and then like Enrique, Enrique and Doug gaining so much space. Resco very good at playing around the smokes. To be fair,
Yeah.
Florida Tech doing a wonderful job.
And that was an excellent series we saw. We saw Florida Tech really doing well to adapt in their maps that they were most comfortable with, and we saw Sunset was difficult as Temple came really prepared, but both teams did an excellent job, and GG's all around.
GG's all around. You can check our next broadcast where our Overwatch team will be playing at 8 p.m. Against the University of Puerto Rico tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow 8. Hope to see y'all there.
Hope to see you all there.
Have a good one.